Brothers and sisters, we need your donation so we can pay this bill. They say we owe $20,000 on the elementary school. They say we owe $20,000 on the high school. What if they took the letter off the elementary school? Brothers and sisters, we need your donation so we can pay this bill.
Umar Johnson just admitted that he's losing the school this month. But wait, there's more. Umar, the first thing you said in your very repetitive rant was that you were aware that you needed to make some payments. You didn't make those payments. Then you followed that up by stating that you never received the notification.
Brothers and sisters, we need your donation so we can pay this bill. They say we owe $20,000 on the elementary school. They say we owe $20,000 on the high school. They say we owe approximately $20,000 on the elementary school. Our accounts are frozen.
Bro, this gotta be AI. You too well known not to have no money. You too well known you've had too many donations. And I know they gonna give it to I know they gonna give it to him. Can somebody just tally up how much money he has actually gotten for these damn schools for them not even to be open? They finna repossess them motherfuckers. He talking about he need more money. He need more money. You know what he remind me of, cuz? I said it before. He reminds me of that one uncle you got who, like, at first, like, when you young, you like, oh man, this man's so smart. And then as you get older, you like, man, I'm kind of full of shit. Because I know how much money I make on social media. And I'm unknown as hell. With the amount of podcasts and the amount of donations he received, the amount of followers he got, the amount of views he get, the amount of times he go live, where is all the money going?
Plan. No problem. We could have got a payment plan. But instead of responding to me the first week of April, they ignore us for 4 months and put a sign on our door this past weekend. They ignore us for 4 months and put a sign on our door this past weekend saying we're going to sell these schools if you don't pay our money. We're not going to email you. We're not going to send you a letter in the mail. We're not going to call you. We're going to put a letter on your door that somebody can take and run off with, as somebody did. They took the letter off the high school and sent it to YouTube, the struggle streamers. What if they took the letter off the elementary school? What if they took the letter off the elementary school? What if they took the letter off the elementary school? Brothers and sisters, we need your donation so we can pay this bill. They say we owe $20,000 on the elementary school. They say we owe $20,000 on the high school. They say we owe approximately $20,000 on the elementary school. They say we owe approximately $20,000 on the high school. Our accounts are frozen. Our accounts are frozen. Our accounts are frozen. We need y'all to help us pay this bill. We're going to fight like hell to get our accounts freed up. We're going to fight like hell to get our accounts freed up. But if we don't, y'all got to help us pay this bill and save our school. Y'all got to help us pay this bill and save our school. Y'all got to help us pay this bill and save our school. You don't have to root for me, brother. I don't need you. I got more than enough supporters. But I want everybody to know that there might be a protest soon. We need you to come in from Africa, from Europe, from Australia, from Canada, to come in from all the 50 states and show the city of Wilmington, Delaware. You will not disrespect black people. You will not sabotage black people. You will not discriminate against black people. And you will not try to steal property from black people. This is your big brother, Dr. Umar Ifatun. They standing strong. Leo season. We will not quit. We will not act.
Umar Johnson just admitted that he's losing the school this month. But wait, there's more. Umar, the first thing you said in your very repetitive rant was that you were aware that you needed to make some payments. You didn't make those payments. Then you followed that up by stating that you never received the notification stating that you needed to make payments. Then you proceeded to tell the audience, your audience, that you will be protesting, that you might be protesting, and that you could have worked out a payment plan for what you called an unjust charge, an unjust bill, if you will. And you're also stating that they're about to take the amount of money up on how much you owe. That is, if they don't straight up sell the school at the end of this month, which they are going to do. Because the reality is, Umar, regardless of how much money you've had donated to you, how much time you've had to get it together, and how many people there were constantly in your ear reminding you, you need to make the school, you need to make the school, you need to make the school. You continued to play with their emotions. And worse yet, their money. So check this out. When he loses this school and inevitably tells his entire audience that he now needs more donations so he can open up a brand new one, and he doesn't actually make the money to do so, at least we all understand why.
Hey Echo Room fam, how you all doing? Make sure you have had your water today, stretched your knees and hugged somebody you trust. Now let's get into it. First off, shout out to all the originators and stages of this conversation about Dr. Umar Johnson. We are not here to defame or slander. We are here to analyze the headlines, shake the table a little, and ask the questions that need to be asked. Because apparently Dr. Umar Johnson needs $40,000 in 10 days, or the school, yes, the same FDMG Academy, is allegedly going to auction. So guys, let's dive into the rest of the video and we'll be back for more commentary.
Umar Johnson. Some of you guys know who Umar Johnson is. Some claiming that the city ignored his nonprofit status and failed to properly notify him. And the deadline for him to pay is August the 25th. Conveniently enough, he's trying to raise some money. He claims that the project has received approximately $1.6 million in donation for renovation efforts. Do y'all believe that? Okay, let's hear Umar. Roll the clip.
On August the 5th, the city of Wilmington, Delaware, took out a notice to auction off the Frederick Douglass and Marcus Garvey Academy campus for unpaid vacant property registration fees. I repeat, on August the 5th, the city of Wilmington, Delaware, took out a lien to auction off the campus we bought, the campus we've been working on for 6.5 years. I was not notified of this. We were not notified of this. This past weekend, without an email, this past weekend, without a letter in the mail, this past weekend, without a phone call, the city of Wilmington put a notice on the door handle of both of our schools, informing me that if we don't pay the past due vacant property registration fees and outstanding utilities by the 25th of Black August, they will sell our campus. Brothers and sisters, can I ask you a question? Why were we not notified that they were going to try to sell our campus?
Hold on. Brothers and sisters, why are you still acting like you need money 10 years later or more? What are you talking about? You guys are, they're saying they're going to auction the building off because it's been vacant. So you telling me you haven't done nothing at the school? You don't have churches coming to the school to be able to do sermons and anything? You can rent it out for something, bro. You're doing nothing with these facilities that you claim you own. You don't have kids coming to do some type of curriculum and learning. You don't have a men's after school event, nothing there. You have nothing at these buildings. I don't like this type of foolery happens so often in the black community. And it's crazy because I used to think some of these people were legit. And then I moved away and expanded my mind. I realized, oh no, most of the people I thought were legit were completely fraudulent. It does not take you this long to build a school. And I'll tell you this is where I have never in my life, and y'all correct me if I'm wrong. It's okay to be wrong sometimes because I'm not always right. I have never donated to a legitimate organization, nonprofit organization that take donations through PayPal, Cash App. I just have never done it. I'm not saying that people can't do it. But normally people go through proper channels so that they can get tax deduction, they can get you the forms that you need to file on your taxes. But when you talk about people paying Cash App and PayPal, to me, it seems like an easy way for you to divert and say these funds are personal funds. These funds are done for this. I don't even know. You should have to record all of this stuff. I don't even know if when you get audited, it's people like Umar Johnson even putting the donations that come through these unorthodox channels onto his P&L or whatever else you got to produce for a nonprofit. You know, when people come and support, and I'm not even a nonprofit, when people come to give to causes that I gear them in the direction to, there's always a link to a payment system that we can track. Like we gave money to Salt and Honey restaurant for people that wanted to donate to them because of the atrocity that happened to them, in my personal opinion. You go through a system that we pay for that helps us navigate and make sure that there's no fraudulent behavior going on when you give. And then we have a reporting system that comes from the giving. Therefore, it's all tracked, and we have to do that for our books.
Umar Johnson is allegedly broke, and he needs your help. But before you reach into that purse, I've got some interesting things you should know. This is the Frederick Douglass Marcus Garvey Academy, Umar's alleged elementary school. Where is it located, you might ask? Initially, Google didn't even know. But after doing a little digging around, I was able to find this P.O. box. in Wilmington, Delaware. He chose Delaware because, as you can see, there is no state corporate income tax on out-of-state revenue for companies not conducting business in Delaware. There is no state sales tax, and there is no personal property or inventory tax. Translation, you can pocket more of your money. But wait, there's more. Maybe you still want to donate. Well, in Umar's video where he states that his accounts are possibly frozen, where he shows you zero evidence, by the way, he states that you can send money to him via PayPal, Cash App, Venmo, you name it, he can use it. One problem, FDMG doesn't have a Cash App, Venmo, or Stripe account. And this is your account, Umar. So if we donate money, where is it going? It must be going to the grand opening celebration of his school. Whoops, is this post from the 19th of May 2020? All this time and the school's still not open? Maybe he purchased the building in 2020. Yeah, but that says February 9th, 2019. Here's the reality. Hold my hand when I tell you this. Umar Johnson has been scamming lonely African American women for over a decade. He is playing on your emotions and is taking that money to support his habits, which I'm not even going to go into too much over here. But trust me, it's documented. I hate making videos this long, but if you're still here and you're thinking about spending money on Umar Johnson, you don't need me. You need an intervention.
I'm seeing a lot of chatter about Umar Johnson and his frozen bank accounts. Umar is saying that one of his ex-girlfriends, or whatever she was, she could potentially be behind his frozen accounts. Other people who I'm more inclined to believe are suggesting that maybe he's having some tax issues because, you know, the way he was collecting his money and the way he was filing and stuff like that. Somebody even went and got the reports of like how much money he was making from each company and like how he was filing it and stuff. I don't know all the legal mumbo jumbo. But yeah, I think we might be seeing the end of Umar Johnson, and I'm honestly not surprised. I've said multiple times that serious people don't take Umar Johnson seriously, and people who do take him seriously are just not serious people. Because it comes to a point, you've been raising money for over 10 years to get this school open, and all we got is like 2 abandoned buildings that you just sit outside of all day and live stream from. Like, what? How many times have we seen the inside of that building? I think I've seen the inside maybe like 2 or 3 times in 10 years. You know, we seen the paint job. I heard there was no electricity in the building. I don't know. He got a little garden going on outside of there because he said the school is going to be serving plant-based lunches and shit. And, you know, they got homages to Oshun and all this other stuff. Everything but a functional school. And my thing is, if it takes you 10 years of donations just to get the doors open, how are you going to pay the staff? How are you going to pay the bills? Let's say you're a teacher at the FDMG Academy and payday comes, nothing hits your account. You go to Umar Johnson and he tells you he can't pay you because he didn't get enough donations that month. Like, let's be fucking serious. But yeah, I'm going to be keeping my eye out on Umar Johnson and his financial woes. And, you know, let's just hope for the best, whatever the best may be.
To everybody that said Dr. Umar was a scammer, I apologize. Look, I apologize. I'm one of the people that got to come out and just be real and say, yeah, he just might be a scammer. If you don't know what's going on, Dr. Umar has been accused of owing the state of Delaware up to $40,000, bruh. And when you look back at it, he been getting money from the people for years, and still to this day asking people for money. I think we all just got to face the facts that we really just been funding this man lifestyle and possible rug habits, man, allegedly. My thing is, though, with these so-called revolutionary people, why do they always lose track of the mission? It seems like they come in serious, and then all of a sudden, somewhere along the line, it's either women, debt, the law, is always something. I'm so glad Martin Luther King Jr. didn't have no TikTok and Instagram, Malcolm X and all these other people, bro, because the internet ruined our revolutionaries, especially our black ones, bro. It's been years, and all we seen Dr. Umar do is go to Africa, wear turbans and headscarves, and Claim he the king of Pan-Africanism, man. At what point do we just say, yeah, we been swindled by this man?
Y'all are still expecting Umar Johnson to pop up with the intellect and the manners and the hustle that he had when he first came out in our community, and it's gone. And here's the thing about grieving: we are so busy grieving this man that we are letting him still talk junk to us about whether or not we're gonna buy grits or give him $10 more. I don't understand what we still see in this man. He is the dude that you keep bringing in your family cookout, and everybody knows. And you know too. But it feels better than being alone. He's that dude that will drive your car to the cookout. He'll drive your pink Honda Civic to the cookout with your Hello Kitty steering wheel cover and step out of the car with Jordans that you just bought him. He's that. And stand around like he doing something, digging up the best of the food, the most food. Got you making his plate. Sitting around with other men telling them how they should treat their children, and has not seen nor heard, nor does he know where any of his children live. He is that dude. And y'all know this dude, right? But you keep acting like you don't because you're still holding on to that scholar you saw back, I don't know, 15, almost 20 years ago. He's gone. Okay? He gone. Y'all, what y'all are looking at now is the evolution of greed and dysfunction and no discipline and holiness and pride and narcissism. That's what y'all are looking at. I don't know who in the heck keeps giving him their grits money, but I'm gonna eat my grits. Y'all kiss my ass. I don't know who keeps giving them their hair money, because he says we spend this much money on hair and won't give him no money for the school, and we spend this much money on grits and won't give him no money for the school. But here recently, his personal accounts are frozen, so he needs you to give him money on the PayPal. Why would your personal accounts be frozen if the business money is not in them? And why are you not paying yourself a salary? Why is your organization not right in the government offices? Why can't you show your books to your investors? Why can't you show your potential to your potential investors? Why can't you show anything to anybody? That's neither here nor there. He's that dude that y'all just keep bringing to the damn cookout, and y'all know that the other shoe is ready to drop, and it's so funny that we acting like we don't see it. And we just keep giving him our grits money. I'm not lending nobody no grits. I'm not giving nobody a cup of grits if they show up at my house. I'm eating my grits. And yes, I meant that for you to tell the fat jokes. I don't give a damn. And my hair is healthy, so I'm not going to give him my healthy hair budget either. I'm not. Not when there's still boards on the doors of that abandoned building he's calling a school. You hadn't gotten enough grit money last year to put doors on there. I'm tired. Yep. That's about it.
Welcome back, fam. Let's just set the scene. For over a decade, Dr. Umar Johnson has been raising money for this school. The Frederick Douglass Marcus Garvey Academy was supposed to be a revolutionary Pan-Africanist institution. But now here we are. over 10 years later, and the man is allegedly about to lose the building to auction over unpaid property taxes or fees. He's asking the community once again for tens of thousands of dollars. Now, I don't know about you guys, but if you have collected enough money to open a school multiple times over, why are your personal accounts frozen? Why are government notices being ignored? Why is it PayPal or bust? Here's where it gets deep. Because a lot of people aren't giving money to Dr. Umar Johnson today. They are donating to the ghost of Dr. Umar Johnson from 2010. The man who was powerful in interviews, sharp in the mind, and inspiring in his speech. But that man, he left the building a long time ago. One of the stitches said it perfectly. We are still inviting Umar to the cookout, even though we know he's gonna eat the best food, wear the Jordans we bought him, and drive off in our car while preaching about how we spend too much money on grit. That's not leadership. That's manipulation wrapped in nostalgia. We've got to talk about this new wave of parasocial hustling. These online personalities don't need to show results anymore. They just need to stay in your memory. They live off your loyalty, your guilt, your sense of duty to the culture. Dr. Umar isn't just asking for money. He's demanding it with shame tactics. You can buy hair, but not donate to the school? Sir, have you filed a 990 form this year? Or do you have a board of directors, a payroll, an audited budget? Or is it all vibes, incense, and guilt trips? Now, let me make something crystal clear. Asking questions is not tearing down a black man. We need schools. We need black educators. We need alternatives to this broken public education system. But what we don't need is to be scammed, strung along, and blamed when things fall apart. Because if someone's entire legacy is built on community trust, then mismanaging that trust should come with consequences. We've got people out here being evicted, paying student loans, covering hospital bills, and they are being told they don't love the culture unless they donate again to a building that has no curriculum, no students, no accreditation, no staff. So guys, let's look at the bigger picture. This isn't just about Umar. This is about a pattern. So many so-called revolutionaries show up strong, full of mission, full of clarity, and somewhere down the line, it becomes women, death, or drama. And the internet only makes it worse. Clout replaces discipline. Cash apps replace planning. Emotional blackmail replaces transparency. At some point, we have to admit when someone has lost the mission and reclaim the community energy we keep pouring into the wrong leaders. So no, this isn't an attack. It's a mirror. If you still believe in the dream, demand receipts, demand structure, demand more than TikToks and turban selfies. And as always, Echorum Fam, protect your mind, your money, and your community. See you in the next one. From Echorum Vibes, peace out.